Situationship Part 3. So, let's go back. I had transitioned out of the self checkout to produce. And there, it got more intense. This back and forth. We kept going up and down, happy and mad, happy and mad, happy and mad, right? But this happened after one key point. I started to notice, that he would be staring at me at many different times, would suddenly start singing in my vicinity, um, and things like that, right? And he would follow along with my flirting. Like I know one time, once I think we had already talked about that I was gay, and I forget what the topic was, but it ended up leading to this very important thing. Out of the blue, he asked me, "What do you prefer to do in bed?" To which I answer, well, it's a little bit complicated because for me, it's like, I don't know why it is, but I kind of get a kick out of being able to, kind of like a dominatrix kind of a thing, They get a kick out of being able to give my partner pleasure. And he kind of was surprised by that and kind of like, startled in a pleasant way. And I remember that as I was leaving the room, I just overhear, why the fuck did I ask him that? So I knew that, like they say in Spanish in Mexico, quería pedo, that literally, he wanted a fart. But that's not the context of that particular phrase. It means he was up for the situationship. Another time, I knew that he was in a back room, and I go there on purpose, to kind of flirt again. I know if he happened to have a partner, I wasn't aware of it, but I should have been more proactive in finding out if he really was with a partner or somebody. Why? And I'll come to that in a bit. So this particular time, I I um I come to where he is, and just playing stupid acting. I'm like, hey, situationship. Have you seen this very cute guy that he's walking around? They call him situationship. And here's the thing: as I'm describing this hot guy, um, he seems to be getting upset, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I say they call him situationship, and then the surprise on his face, and he started to blush. I was like, okay, so it's not just my imagination. Cause see, that's maybe women. You would probably assume that this is coercion. This is how people used to flirt in the past. You test your theory, and you're like, okay, push and go. Take and go. Or no, give and take, where you're kind of just testing the waters, right? Um, so that's what was happening between us. I was testing the waters to see if really my theory that he wanted something was true. So like that happened, and then at some point, he started to kind of like be too present in my life. And then one day, I just told him, hey, you know what, we need to talk, because I knew that I was getting out of hand. So we go back to the produce fridge, and I tell him, hey, you know what, I think I need some space. Um, I think I'm getting too attached to you. I'm starting to catch feelings. And, you can call it manipulative, whatever. I don't know. I'm not him. It's his reality at this time. He's like, oh, this is how I am with every guy. This is how I fuck around. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But just give me my space because it's confusing the fuck out of me. I really need space. And the next part is why I'm not sure if he was doing that on purpose because he was love bombing me, or maybe he had some ulterior motives. I don't know. We never got to have that conversation, which I do regret. I really did want to have that conversation, but like many things in life, you don't always get closure. So you just deal with what you do have. So we had that conversation, give me space. And he's like, okay, whatever. But he kept doing it. I remember one time he um, he was putting away something in one of the shelves, and at the end of the aisle, and I look up because I kept seeing out of the corner of my eye like something popping into my peripheral vision like this from time to time. So I look up and I catch his face moving back into the aisle. So I was like, oh my god. And he did this cutest thing that kind of got me in the heartstrings. He kind of goes like this, and I was like, oh my god, he's trying to be cute, and he is being fucking cute, but he needs to fucking knock it off. And and so every time that he wasn't getting the the message, leave me the fuck alone, I would get pissed and kind of make it obvious that I was pissed that you're fucking ignoring my request to leave me the fuck alone. And then I would feel bad. I would feel like a jackass for coming down on him too hard. So then I would try to kind of, you know, like sometimes I would like he would put away whatever he was putting away. He would leave boxes right there stacked. So it was my habit, as a sign of good faith. I'm not mad at you. Just kind of knock it off. I would get the boxes and take them to the compactor. So we would have these kind of ups and downs, and and what kind of confused me even more was that on two occasions in front of people he sung to me out loud, which is, I love music, and I had written a monologue for my theater class in high school 30 years ago almost, in where one of the characters um, makes the other one fall in love through singing to them. So I was like, fuck, this guy's hitting every fucking check mark. Then seeing him, how he treated his little boys was like, he's like, he's a great father figure. He would make a great father. He is a great father, you know. He's very sexy. One time I even got to see him, almost get into a fight with this guy that was just a total jackass. So seeing that fiery side of him was very hot, you know. But then he kept doing the same thing. He kept love bombing me. So one day I was like, situationship, let's go to the room again. I need to talk to you. And I told him, I fucking told you, you need to leave me the fuck alone. I told you that I need a space and you keep doing it. And he again gaslit me, told me, this is how I am with everybody. I don't feel anything, da 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 da. But then, so that happened. I was like, okay, whatever, just like, ugh. And I would keep catching him singing to me, or doing these indirectas, which mean kind of um, like almost passive aggressive kind of. It's not kind of passive aggressive, but basically they're saying something that is clearly meant for you, right? Part 4 coming in.